Hey everyone, so today we are going to do our dictation. Remember, our new concept is magic E or super E, and when you see it at the end of the word, it is silent. Now that magic E and super E make that vowel in the middle say its name. So when we're dictating, you need to listen to make sure if you hear a long vowel, and a long vowel is A, E, I, O, or U, or a short vowel. And the short vowel is a, e, I, a. So listen for that vowel. That's really important when we're talking about magic E or super E. So our first word today is the word hope. Say it with me. Hope. Say it without me. Pound it out. Hope. O-P. Hope. First sound is letter is H. Next sound is O, letter is O. Now in your head, I want you to think if that was a short O or long O. O, last sound is P, which is P. Okay, let's go back to this vowel. O, P, hope. So what type of vowel was that? Long or short? Long. So that means I need to add my magic E or super E. And I call it super E because E has so much power, but it gives all of its power to that vowel. And that's what helps O say its name. And then it's so tired afterwards, it just goes silent. So, hope, hope. First sound is, letter is H. Next letter is O. Then we have a P. And at the end of my word, I have E. Hope. Our next word is line. Say it with me. Line. Say it without me. Pound it. Line. L-I-N. Line. Remember, think about that vowel in the middle. If it's a long or a short. So first sound is L, letter is L. Next sound is I, letter is I. So right now, think in your head, short or long. L, I, N, letter is N. Go back to that vowel. Was it short or long? Long I. So what do I need to add at the end of my word, everyone? Super E or magic E. So that E gave all of its power to that I to make it say its name. So sound it out. L-I-N, line. First letter is L. Next letter is I. Then we have a N. And last letter is E, but it's silent. Next word. Our next word is the word make. Say it with me. Make. Say it without me. Pound it out. Make. M-A-K. Make. First sound is letter is M. Next sound is A, letter is A. Think in your head, is that a long A or short A? A, K. We know 3 ways to say the sound. Say them with me. C says K. K says C. K says K. So we have all 3 of those ways to say K. So now we have to look at where we hear the K at. So I hear at the beginning, middle, or my end. The end of the word. So we know it's not C. Okay, so now our options are K or CK. So look, that's when we have to look at the vowel again. So is this a short A or long A? A long A. So then we know that it's a K. So K says K. Sound it out. A, K. How does A say its name? Super E or magic E. Sound it out to make sure we have all the right sounds. A, K. Make. First letter is M. Next letter is A. Then we have a K. And our last letter is E. Make. Okay. Let's go ahead and erase this. Our next word is the word sail. Say it with me. Sail. Say it without me. Pound it out. Sail. S-A-L. Sail. First sound is S. Letter is S. Next sound is A. Letter is A. Remember, try and think about that is a long A or short A. S-A-L. Letter is L. Go back to your A. Was it a short or a long A? Long A. So then I need to add magic E or super E. Sound it out to make sure we have the right sounds. Sail. Sail. Time to rewrite it. First letter is S. Next letter is A. Then we have L. Last letter is E. Sail. Next word. This is a tricky one. The next word is quote. Say it with me. Quote. Say it without me. Pound it. Quote. 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 Okay, that first sound in quote is qu. Now, what letters say qu? Q, U. So we need to write Q, U. Now remember, Q and U always go together. So we hear that qu, we have to have the Q and the U together. Okay. Quote. Qu. O. What letter? O. Think in your head. Is that a long O or short O? Qu. O. T. Letter is T. How does O say its name? Super E or magic E. Sound it out to make sure we have all the sounds. Qu. O. T. Quote. Okay. Our first letters we need to write Q, U, because they always go together. Next letter O. Then we have a T. Then we have a E because O says its name. Quote. Okay, time to move on to our sentence. Our sentence today is it is safe to bake a cake. So we have 7 words today. I'm going to say it, you're going to say it. It is safe to bake a cake. I'm going to say it in little chunks. It is safe, now you, to bake a cake. I'm going to say the whole thing one more time. It is safe to bake a cake. Say it with me. It is safe to bake a cake. Okay, my first word is the word it. Say it with me. It. Pound it out. It. It. Now, it's starting a sentence. So what type of I do I need to have? Uppercase I. Okay, next sound. It. What says t? T. Okay, our next word. It is. Now, is a red word. I-S spells is. Now you. First letter is I. Make sure we have our finger space. And that I, you have your dot and it's floating. Don't make it into a sucker. Is. Now it's not a Z, so it's a S. That's why it's our red word. I-S spells is. It is safe. Sound it out with me. Safe. S-A-F. Safe. Make sure you remember our concept of the week. Our first sound is S. Letter is S. Make sure you have those finger spaces. Next sound is A. Letter is A. Think if that's a short A or a long A. A. F. Letter is F. Now I'm missing one thing at the end of the word. What am I missing? Super E or magic E. Because A is a long vowel, so I have to add that E. Safe. Safe. And when we sound it out, we don't say that E. It is safe to, how do I spell to? T-O spells two. Now I'm not talking about the number two because that wouldn't make sense. So it's two, T-O, two. First letter is T. Next letter is O. It is safe to bake, pound it out, bake, B-A-K, bake. First sound is B, letter is B. Next sound is A, letter is A. Think in your head, long or short. B-A-K. 3 ways to say the sound. What are they saying with me? C says K, K says K, C-K says K. So to figure out what K we're using, think about where we hear it. Beginning, middle, or end. So we hear it at the end. So right away we know C is not an option. Our two options we have left are K and CK. That's when we have to look at the vowel again. So B-A. Is this a long A or short A? Long A. That means CK is not an option anymore. And the last one is K. So we have a K there. Once again, what type of vowel is this? Long A. So I need to add a magic E or super E. It is safe to bake A. How do we spell A? A spells A. So that's easy. The letter A. Because that's a red word. It is safe to bake a cake. Now real quick. Bake, cake. Now those rhyme. So if I have bake, change the B to K. What's my new word? Cake. So we know 3 ways to say K. That's our first letter in the sound. C says K, K says K, CK says K. Now, we know CK never comes at the beginning of the word. So push that off to the side. Our next options are C and K. Now you have to think about what vowels belong with C and which ones belong with K. Now I know some of our classes learned about the cat and the kite. Okay, so cat begins with a C. And when we were doing that, I'm going to do it really quick. So if we were making a cat, we had its eyes, which were A's. We had its nose as an O, and we had its mouth as a U. Then we add the whiskers to be cute. Okay, so that means our vowels that go with C, A, O, U. Okay, now we're going to do our K. So make a K, or I'm going to make a K. You don't have to do this. So I'm going to make a K. Now, we had K for kite. So I'm going to make a quick kite. Now, the vowels we had in our kite were I and E. So the vowels that belong with K are I and E. So if I'm spelling cake, K-A, what letter is that? It's an A. So is it in my kite or my cat? My cat. So that means we are using the C option. Now we already found out that cake and bake have that same last part. So we already know how to spell the last part of A. So first letter is A. Then we have a K. And A says its name by Super E or Magic E. It is safe to bake a cake. What goes at the end of a sentence? Period. Time to check our cups. C, capitalization. Did I start with a capital letter? Yes. So I would check my C. Good to go. U, understanding. Does it make sense? It is safe to bake a cake. Now you. Good. So U makes sense. Next one we have is P, punctuation. Look at the end of your sentence. If you have a period, awesome. If you don't, make sure you add it. S, spelling. Let's go through and make sure we have all of our words spelled correctly. It, that was our first word. Sound it out. It. Good to go. Next word was is. I-S spells is. If you have I-S, you're good to go. Next word was safe. Sound it out. S-A-F, safe. We don't say that E because it's our silent E, our magic E. So it makes A say its name. So if you have S-A-F-E, you are correct. Next word, two. T-O spells two. So if you have T and O, you are correct. It is safe to bake. Sound it out to make sure we have the right sounds. B-A-K, bake. We don't say the E because it is silent because it gave all of its power to A to make it say its name. So if you have B-A-K-E, you are correct. Next word is A. How do you spell A? A. Last one is cake. K-A-K, cake. We have all the sounds correct. If you have C-A-K-E, you are correct. Have a great Thursday, and I will see you on Friday for our spelling test.